Thank you for congratulating me to reach this milestone, because it wasn't an easy task for me as a player, because it has been a long journey and a wonderful journey for me and my fellow teammates. But when I look at my past, starting from where I came from, it was very an emotional career for me, because all along I wanted my parents to be in my journey, to see what I have achieved in football and especially the national team. But this is something that we need to understand, that we have to live with it. You know, when your parents leave or go away, you have to be a strong guy and focus on what you have to do. So this is something that I thought about with my family and friends, and I think it was a high time for me to call it quits on the national team. I've had so many greatest moments with the national team, and the moment we qualified for the first time ever after a very long time, the first Nations Cup, it was in 2017. We were going to Gabon, and it was so emotional, because you know, Mitchell used to push us all the time, and I'm so grateful. Mitchell was one of my best coaches who came to Uganda, and this is something that will always live on in my memories, in my archives, and hopefully whoever will come in who will always do the same for the nation. Gabon. You know, when I look back at the tournament that was in Gabon, we had so many memories with my fellow teammates, and this is something that will always drive me to come back into football, not as a player, but as an administrator, as a coach. It will depend on where I'll fall. But when I look back in Gabon, this was the tournament that I think was one of my best tournaments that I have ever played, because I never expected everyone to tell me that Hassan, you're one of the best players in Gabon for the Nations Cup. However much we didn't move away from the group stages, but I think I did my best. You know, I gave my all, and you know, we had that stage fright. You know, it was a very long time for us to go to such tournaments, but you could see the tactical discipline. We are so raw in Gabon, and everyone could see it. But you know, we gave our all, and that is why we told ourselves, guys, listen, you know, we came to Gabon here. Let's make it a process so that we qualify for the second tournament. And we focused, and we did. And you saw what happened in Egypt, because the team was together. We played good football, and hopefully we get a better coach who will understand the philosophy of the national team, and hopefully we shall qualify again for the Nations Cup. Not really. It's not panic mode. I think it was high time for us, because I was speaking to Dennis. Dennis told me before playing Malawi, he told me after the Malawi game, Hassan, you know what, I'm going to hang up my gloves. I told him, hey, listen, you're the captain. If you're the captain, I'm the season captain, and I think this was the generation that we moved from way back together, the likes of Massa, because I found the Massas retiring, the Andes, the Simon Masavas. So when I looked at the way things were moving, because we had a good run with the national team, and you know, when your captain call it time off from the national team, of course you have to listen to him. And I told myself, listen, if it's time for us to retire from the national team, let's do it as a team. Let's do it as the senior players, because there's so many brilliant players in Uganda, and they want a chance to represent their country. So it was a decision made by us, and personally, it was a personal decision with the three of us. Because when you look at Mike is in America, Dennis is in South Africa. So I think we got the right time to tell the nation, to tell our teammates, to tell the concerned parties, and we had to inform everyone to get to know what we're up to. You know, when I look at when I look at Dennis, I always laugh because Dennis is the kind of person that will get to you when you have a game. He will kill you. He will shout at you, but he's not fighting with you. But he wants you to be in the right position. He wants you to be the perfect player that everyone knows that you can give 100%. And I think when I look at how Dennis was running the national team and how he used to send me as his assistant to tell the boys, you know what, guys, listen, this is the nation. We need to die a little for the country. Yes, when you look at our times that we had difficult times with him. We had arguments. We had the good times. And Dennis is an extraordinary person. He's so exceptional. He's a motivator. He's a hardworking captain. And you know, he gave his all, and he was giving his all. And us players, the players that were looking up to him as a captain, you know, we wanted to follow in his footsteps. And you know, he's second to none, because Dennis as a player, as a captain, you know, he gave his all. And you know, when you have the best goalkeeper in Africa, of course you have to be confident up front or wherever you're playing. So this is something that drove us to victory, to qualify for both a Nations Cup. And he's a kind of guy that will come to you, tell you what you're doing wrong, and you know, you have to look in. We were playing. Yeah, I think I remember that we were playing Ghana, our first tournament in Gabon. I think it was a Samoan. I was with Isinde. And I think Isaac, I never spoke to Isaac because Isaac was a little bit late. So when Isaac got a red card, and I think it was a penalty or something, he came and screamed at me. He shouted. He told me, "Hey, listen, you need to let your teammate know that there is an opponent coming. You shouldn't just keep quiet." This is something that was in my head, and I was frustrated. But I had to calm down because he's the captain. You can't do anything because you have to listen. But when I looked at that situation, I was so emotional and I was scared at the same time. But eventually, I did catch up with the emotions, and I had to let go. But after the game, he came and told me, "Listen, I had to be harsh on you because this is something that was so simple to tell Isaac, and we couldn't have considered that penalty." You know, when we have a game, I think me and Dennis, we have to first concentrate before going to meet our fellow teammates. Because you know when you joke around a lot and you have a very important game like when you're playing Egypt, or like when we were going to play Ghana, our concentration was top notch. We had to concentrate. We had to be focused, because Ugandan players, when you don't focus, they joke a lot. And sometimes when it gets to the field, you can see that they are playing around, and we can't get the results that we wanted. So me and Dennis, game day, we couldn't talk to anyone. We switch off our phones. Dennis can't talk to anyone. Even me, his roommate, he just keeps quiet. He focuses. He listens to music. Maybe he listens to gospel music. I listen to my own music. By the time we get to the field, he doesn't talk to anyone because he's always focused on the game. And this is something that a captain does. You know, even in the dressing room, you can see when someone jokes, he screams at them, and he tells them, "Guys, listen, we have a game. You need to focus. You need to concentrate." And this is something that we learned a lot from him. And professionally, he's a very well-disciplined professional, whereby he knows this is time. When it's time for joking, you can joke. But when it's time to go work, you have to work, and you have to get focused and give results. I couldn't believe it, because you know, when you look at my journey, I had ups and downs, and I thought people could be like, we are tired of you. It has been a long time. You should have left. But when I got to my Instagram, when I went to my Twitter account, when I went to Facebook, it was so amazing. You know, people gave me love. I couldn't believe it. You know, millions, not even Uganda, but all over, wherever I've been in Turkey, messages came in, flowing nonstop. I never got bad comments from the public. You know, everyone was telling me, "Thank you. You did the nation proud." And as a player, you know, when you get such praises from the public, not in Uganda but all over, I think for me it is something that I've achieved, and it's something that will stay in me, and it is something that, in case I get the opportunity to give it to other players, I'll tell them what I had to do to be the person that I am today, and to be the person that people loved a lot. So I'm so grateful for what I did for the nation in my football career, and it was an amazing journey for me because I got love for the national team. I think we have fantastic players, because this is a transition. Because even as the players that are retiring right now, we found players who were leaving the national team. So it was up to us to fill into their boots, and you know, focus and get to perform on a higher stage more than what they offered for the national team. So I think it's not a problem for the national team, because we have young players. They're so hungry to represent the country, and I think if they focus well, if they concentrate, we shall get results from those nations. Yeah, definitely, because you know, when you look at their performance, it was so good that everyone was talking about the under-20s, and they did their best. Because you know, when you go to such tournaments, you need to prove your worth. You need to up your game. People need to see who you are. Because when you look at the likes of Ghana, the under-20 that beat Brazil, was it in Egypt? You know, when you look at that generation, you know, they came from that generation to the national team, and Ghana did so many things with those players. So if we concentrate, if the federation keeps these boys together, I think they can make a very great team from those boys, because it's their time. You know, football nowadays, you get a chance, get it hold it with two hands, and you have to stay in the national team.
So what next for you?
I have so many things that I'm planning to do. I'm planning to finalize with my club career as well, because I have 2 to 3 seasons, and after that I'll call it quits. But while I'm playing, while I'm getting done with my club football, I think I'm going to pursue a coaching course. So by the time I get done, it will be much easier for me with the papers, and I think I'll just get straight into, because I really want to get back to the national team, because I've been talking to the president of the federation, Mr. Magogo, about me joining the national team. But he told me, listen, the jobs are there, the sports are there. Because when you look at the technical team, whoever is at the national team, you can see we have the chance to be there, because we have the qualities. We have been playing professional football for almost 10 to 12 years, and you know, we are capable of being on that team. Because I really want to talk to Dennis. Excuse me. I really want to talk to Dennis. Talk to David Obua, because David has, I think, he's pursuing a UEFA A or B something license. Hopefully, this generation, you know, we get to understand the players, because we've been with them, we know what they can offer, and you know, a player wants to play with the coach where he's so comfortable with. So, if what I'm begging my fellow Ugandans, they shouldn't be in panic mode, because Uganda is blessed with football talent. So it is all about the technical team to nourish it, put it into the right places, and I think Uganda will perform. Uganda has brilliant players. They're all over. They're in Europe, they're in South Africa. It is all about gelling them together, and they will make a very good team. So I'm asking Ugandans, let them stay calm. It was our time to call it quits, because you know, in football you have to know that it's either you start or it's either you get to that point to retire. So it was time for us to retire, and hopefully I'm wishing the national team all the best in their upcoming World Cup engagements, and hopefully they